Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. You know, this is a democracy. This is a community channel, as I call it, because the community is why my channel has done so well. The community is why I have the champions that I have, the progression that I have, and the units that I have. Every purchase I have made in the last 4+ years is because of your views, because of your monetary contributions, the equipment that I am recording this on, because of your contributions. And so I also have learned, like, when in doubt, the community is usually right about things. And I'm an average player in a lot of ways, but especially when it comes to, like, taking up and using champs that I don't normally use. There have been several 5 stars that I have opened that people are like, Prof, you gotta take that person to rank 5 immediately. I'm like, really? And then I do it and I'm like, oh. The best example of this, because I didn't have him for so long, was Warlock. I was like, oh, I got Warlock. And they're like, yeah, you got Warlock. You should, like, get excited. And I started using him, especially because he always seems every month, no matter what, to be really good in Cavalier Event Quest, to be like, oh, wow, he's amazing. They were right. So, after the Summer of Pain, and as a reminder, I chose both Mutant. I have not one but 2 Tier 5. And the Summer of Pain was Emma Frost, who was already at SIG 40, Storm P90X, who's already at SIG 20, or, actually, can't believe I actually got to awaken him, Namor. And you all said, Prof, you should consider learning his rotation now. You should consider how good he is, especially because you run full suicides. And I do, and I have no plans to not do that anytime soon. And I thought I'd get Omega Red, and of course I didn't. The YouTube community voted on this, and let me just say, in terms of what your feedback was, especially because a lot of times a liked post will actually communicate, like, the most, what you're leaning toward, the most significant. Tayshawn Blasington, sorry if I butchered that. Tayshawn Blasington said, Namor! Exclamation mark. You have the 6 stones, you run suicides, and you reflect that damage back while you're attacking the opponent. By the time you get Omega Red, you'll probably rebuild your 6 stone stash back up anyway. 24 likes. The second most feedback was Ethan C. Shout out to Ethan. Namor 100%. He is great. One of the most underrated champs in my opinion. His damage is insane. 10 likes. Overwhelmingly, and yes, there were comments, of course, wait for Omega Red. There were some people who said Sunspot. Overwhelmingly, the vote was Namor. Will I end up pulling Omega Red because of this? Probably. But what are also the odds that I pull Omega Red before Cyber Weekend? Like maybe 20%? And Cyber Weekend, I'll get a lot of the 6 stones that I'd use on him back. So, you voted. This is a community channel. This is not going to be the most popular video for some people. In fact, they might hate it. But I am going to do what you all voted on and learn Namor. First off, we got to take him up to rank 2, and we're going to use our generic rank 1 to rank 2 rank up gem. Also, I got to say this. I was so proud of myself for doing all the fights of Summer of Pain and completing all the points and getting all these 6 stones, that it's kind of exciting to me to be able to actually use them on someone and not wait for a hypothetical rank up. It just is. It's exciting to actually feel like I can immediately improve my roster. And because I chose both Mutant, I still have a Mutant Catalyst. I still have the Awakening Gem too for Omega. I just won't be able to take him to SIG 200 immediately. But I'm okay with that. I really am. And I'm just excited to learn a God tier or beyond God tier champ immediately. So, with that being said, took a deep breath, and I hit the button. I hit the button, YouTube. I hit the button. And, of course, this is not the biggest part of this deal. No. By the way, thank God for that generic rank up gem, because I would not have had the tier 4 class catalysts to take him up. I often will think that I'm doing really well with tier 4 class catalyst, and then I blink and suddenly it's like, oh, I am out of that class now. Cool. Alright. We're gonna deselect all that and select one of those and finish off. So 18,650, not the best PI, but again, it's not really the point, because as you can see in my overflow right now, we have all these generics. It's about 50 plus the class based. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by, and this is probably going to break the game as it always does. I'm going to start by using 100 of these. $100 to take him to Sig 120 just from generics. Boom. And just confirmed it. How long is it going to take? And is he going to go up past Corvus after this? This does help my prestige too, for those of you that care about that. That's never something that's in the top ideal reasons for me to rank up somebody. Okay, he just passed Corvus by 30. Pretty amazing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim all those overflow. Also, keep in mind, I forgot to use my 30% greater champion boosts and haven't had time to do any Summer of Pain or anything, so got to use those, I guess, for the arena. I don't know. Okay, so I'm back to 73 generics, which is awesome. He's Sig 120, and so now I'm going to take 80 of these. Which, it's funny, you know, you'd think that class-based Sig Stones are not as valuable as generics, and yet I find that I get more generics than class-based from how the game distributes them in 2021. All right, here goes the max Sig. Just hit confirm. It's just got to catch up. Here we go. So, first off, we've got 23 class base left and 73 generics. So, even if we don't do any of the Summer of Pain stuff, and I don't know what I'm doing, that's still going to take Omega Red to about Sig 100 immediately if I pull him before Cyber Weekend. But, in general, Namor is now my third highest ranked champ. He actually fits on the front page of my profile, right behind Guillotine 2099 and Dr. Doom. Beats Aegon's PI by almost 1,000. Well, there you have it, YouTube. We kept this video under 10 minutes, and we did it. Now I just got to learn them and get good with them and have fun. I still have a Tier 5 class catalyst for Omega Red, and I still have about 106 stones. And if I was to do all the Summer of Pain, I would get another 75 back, and suddenly I'd be almost at Sig 200 again. So maybe that's the motivation. Either way, we're in this here. Thanks for the feedback. Have a good one.